This is the answer to the Module 5 assignment on the chi-squared statistic. We were redoing this example problem, and it's a two-way chi-squared test. So one of the things we have to do is we have the observed values in each one of these cells. We have to go ahead and calculate the expected values for each cells. Now how we do this is we take the observed values in the row and we add them up. So 8 plus 3 is 11. 5 plus 4 is 9. So there's 20 observations there, 11 plus 9. And we do the same thing with the columns. 8 plus 5 is 13. 3 plus 4 is 7. Again, 20 observations. So how we get the expected values is we just, for this cell, we take 11 times the number that's in this column, 13. So 11 times 13 divided by the number of observations, 20. So the expected value is 7.15. For this cell is 3.85. For this cell, 5.85. For this cell, 3.15. The chi-squared statistic then is just really, in this example, a sum of the statistic for each cell. So in the first cell, how we do it is we take the observed value minus the expected value, and we square that divided by the expected value. And we do that for each one of the four cells, and that's what you see down here. And when you add all those up, it comes out to a statistic of 0.64. Now, the critical chi-squared value you can get from the back of your book, and it's based on a number of degrees of freedom that you have. This was a two-way example, two-way chi-squared example. So what you do is you basically, your degrees of freedom in this case are going to be 2 minus 1 times 2 minus 1, okay, and that comes up with, of course, 1. So 1 degree of freedom, go to the back of your book, you'll pick out a chi-squared statistic of 3.84, and since our value is much lower than that, there's no significant difference between what was observed and what was expected. All right. When you do this in Excel, let's see here, if we rotate view counterclockwise, I say use the chi-test function in Excel. And what you're going to do in Excel is you're going to put the observed values down and you're going to put the expected values down. Same way that we had handwritten them before, you're just doing this in Excel. And then you're doing the chi-test function, which would basically say equals chi-test parentheses, and then you'd highlight these cells, comma, and then you'd highlight these cells, close parentheses, and hit enter, and you'd come up with 0.423. Now, the only thing that I tell you on that is actually a probability. And again, it's saying that there's not going to be any significance here because you are at a significant level of 0.05, okay? And this probability is 0.42, so the probability is much higher. You'd need to be lower than 0.05 to have any significance. And again, you could do in Excel if you wanted to. You could write little formulas to come up with the same statistic that you came up with up there.